as a collector, I would love to go to a place connected somewhere on the internet, an app, a website, a platform, a place where it was built from the ground up specifically for people like me, geeks who love collecting Star Wars figures. For example, let's say I had this Clone Trooper Lego minifigure, but I didn't want it anymore. I could sell it, sure. But wouldn't it be better if I listed this Clone Trooper as something I wanted to sell, but also had a list of items that I wanted to buy? And someone else, let's say, maybe not connected to me in any way, but trusted by my friends on the same platform, had a toy box Darth Vader that they wanted to sell. And I wanted this, and they wanted this. What if that platform could automatically make that match and help facilitate the trade? Would money have to exchange hands? Not necessarily. Let's say if we agreed to a dollar amount, it would be even, right? Like, something like this doesn't necessarily exist. And there are plenty of problems that people like me, collectors, specifically Star Wars figure collectors, run into all the time. And if there was a better way for me to not just manage my inventory, not just manage the value of my inventory, but specifically to buy and sell the things I was looking for within the greater Star Wars collecting community, this doesn't exist anywhere right now. Why? No one's really developed it. I mean, there are marketplaces, general marketplaces, big marketplaces, untargeted marketplaces. Anything goes. In fact, I would say that I had fueled a great portion of my vintage Star Wars figure collection thanks to Facebook groups. Really awesome. The problem with Facebook groups is that it's an add-on. It's another part of Facebook. It's a great part, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't tell at that time whether or not the people that I was buying from were trusted. Were they giving me a good deal? Were they giving me, real goods? That wasn't in question necessarily at the time. But I was nervous with every particular transaction because I couldn't tell if they were a real Star Wars collector, like a true fan, a Star Wars collector. If you collect Star Wars stuff, you're a real Star Wars collector. But you know what I'm saying? They could have just jumped in and, been a fake user or had a fake profile, fake user. Yeah, I guess I could say that. And it wouldn't have turned out well in my situation. But it never happened. I never ran into a problem, thank goodness. Came close like 2 or 3 times, but always pulled through. If it was a dedicated network where you only dealt with people that you knew or people that the people that you knew dealt with, friends of friends, it would be a tighter knit network and your reputation would matter. The reputation within the collector community would matter. Take it a little further. There are times that modern figures, modern toys, modern collectibles get released as exclusives. And because I don't necessarily live close to a place, a retailer that would have those exclusives, I have to possibly get a pre-order online. And if you're not aware, if you've never pre-ordered or tried to pre-order something on or even order it, sometimes you have to fight the bots. Collectors, if they get a hold of something, they might help other collectors. Collectors tend to help other collectors. So imagine if a collector knew that an item that they saw in person or was able to pre-order, knew that another collector would want it, they'd be able to grab it and effectively resell it to other collectors without turning a profit. And I'm not talking about, convenience fees or, hey, I got it, and so maybe a couple of bucks. Price gouging is a thing, and it is absolutely maddening, especially with modern exclusives and modern releases. Imagine a network where it wasn't just about the amount of money that you made, it was about the amount of friends that you made and the amount of trust that you generated. The platform wouldn't exist to make money. The platform would exist to make collectors' lives better, easier, more convenient. And for that reason, I don't think it's ever going to exist. Because where's the revenue model? Yeah, microtransactions and skimming atop of the layer, and I'm sure other revenue schemes could be added on top of that. But it's about making a collector's life easier. And I would start specifically with the Star Wars collector community. Star Wars, it's broad, but there's so many things. Things that I would sell and so many things that I'd want to buy. But let the platform figure that out. Let the platform make the transaction. I don't want to just manually go in, hey, I'm looking for this, and I'm looking for that, and I'm looking for the other thing. Here I am pretending to type on an invisible keyboard. You know, you've seen that. You've probably done that in the past. You probably posted to Facebook, posted to Twitter, gone on to Twitch, YouTube, and said, these are the things I'm looking for. And even if you're not a Star Wars fan, just abstract that for a moment, because if it works for that community, or even a subset of that community, it could work for any community. It could be white labeled. I'm not a developer. I don't know any developers who have the time, inclination, understanding, or the passion to help make something like that exist. I'm a subject matter expert, no doubt. Do I know everything about Star Wars collectibles? No. But I know this solution is begging to exist. I need it to exist. And I'd be very willing to help make it exist. So do you know any capable, able, passionate Star Wars collector developers who could pull this off? Something that looks good, runs well, and it can effectively start small, possibly get bigger. I couldn't do it all. I'm just saying that is an idea that is begging for a proper execution, because it's not the idea, it's the execution. It's what it is. It's what it's always been. And I'd be happy if somebody else did it. I would be happier if I was a part of someone doing it, but I need it. Other collectors need it. Specifically Star Wars collectors. By the way, I'm not going to sell, I'm not going to trade. I literally just opened this figure, or the box in which the figure sat today. Thrifted it, actually. See, what if I found this? What if I found... Oh, cool. Thanks for following. I'm doing this video live on Twitch. I got this for $3. Thrifted it. Could I flip it? Sure. But wouldn't it be cool to be able to have this as a token of value on a network I'm talking about? I'd say, okay, I just got this Lego set. It cost me $3. This is worth $3. Anyone want to buy it? Anybody, after shipping and handling, do a fair trade. Then there would be value in picking up things that I wouldn't necessarily be interested in, that I knew other collectors would be interested in, specifically within my circle or potentially beyond. The possibilities, I'm not going to say are endless, but I could just continue to list all the value adds for a platform like this. I want to see it happen. I'm putting it out to the universe. Help me make this happen. Somebody. I don't know. Maybe the developers are wrapped up doing other things, and they should. I don't want to tap their... That's why I'm looking specifically for a fellow Star Wars collector. They would get it. They would understand. They'd know. They would know. Because only if you know, do you know. Because I didn't even have to explain any of this to them. They know. They live it. Even if you're not thinking about the same thing, I'm just going to let you know that the Force should be with you always. I didn't say may the Force be with you always. It should be with you. The light side of the Force. Don't go to the dark side. Got to throw that in. Shut up, Vader.